Welcome back, guys. Next discussion related to duality property. So, in our earlier class, we have come to that particular conclusion. Okay, if suppose a particular time domain function follows a form of the Fourier transform of any of the signal there, then by using duality property, we can very well we can very well find out the Fourier transform of that particular equation, right? Let us try to have hands on this. Before I move ahead, let me just tell you that this particular thing is 2 pi x of minus j omega is nothing but the Fourier transform of this capital X of t. That was my duality property, right? Now suppose we have been given this equation. Suppose we have been given this equation there, and we are required to obtain the Fourier transform of this. See, what is the equation given? The equation given is 1 upon a plus j 2 pi t, right? Or otherwise, it can also be seen at it is 1 upon, just a moment, it is 1 upon a plus jt. It can be written like this also, right? It is given to us, and we are required to find out the Fourier transform of this particular thing. Now, as soon as I observe this particular equation, please consider here that it is t. It is t. As soon as I observe this particular equation, what clicks in my mind is this thing. What clicks in my mind is this thing. Okay, I am used to see 1 upon a plus j omega. Okay, I am used to see 1 upon a plus j 2 pi f. Now, it is the Fourier transform of e raised to minus at u of t. It is the Fourier transform of e raised to minus at u of t. At actual, now the given function to me is this one. The known function already I am used to is with this one. I can easily compare this thing. I can easily compare this thing and this thing, and I can come to a conclusion. Okay, merely f is replaced by t. Merely f is replaced by t. Actually, it is like x of f. Actually, it is like x of f, but it is given as x of t. But it is given as x of t, right? Actually, it is x of omega, but it is given as x of t. That means what? That means what? I am required to use the duality property, right? So, that is what is the connection that I have established. Now let me use that duality property. What duality property tells me that? Duality property tells me that if a function x of t has Fourier transform x of j omega, then by chance you are required to find out the Fourier transform of this thing in which this j omega or f is replaced by t. The Fourier transform of this equation can be 2 pi x minus of j omega, right? So let me go ahead. I know that Fourier transform of x of t is e raised to if x of t is equals to e raised to minus at u of t, then its Fourier transform is given as 1 upon a plus j omega or 1 upon a plus j 2 pi f, right? Now what is the Fourier transform of this? The Fourier transform of this is very well obtained by this relation. Fourier transform of this is 2 pi. X is what? X is now e raised to minus at u of t. This t is replaced by minus j omega. So here I will be writing as, here I will keep this 2 pi as it is. I'll keep 2 pi as it is. E raised to minus at. T will be replaced by minus j omega, right? U of t, here also t will be replaced by minus j omega. Why? Because in the property statement itself it is giving me that it is told me that it is conveyed to me that this x of t now should be written as x of minus j omega. So in my x, wherever that t comes, that should be replaced by minus j omega. That's why here also e raised to minus at is now changed to e raised to minus of aj minus omega, and here also u of t is replaced by u of minus j omega, right? So this is how I have obtained the Fourier transform of this function capital X of t. I have obtained the Fourier transform of 1 upon a plus j 2 pi t, or I have obtained the Fourier transform of 1 upon a plus jt, right? Omega is replaced by t, f is replaced by t. So by using simple duality property, I have obtained the Fourier transform of such a complex function. Thank you.